today's products need to be right on. The customer will not stick around. So this is our #1 episode in our new series, Marketing Fails. Today's topic is going to be about Boosterberg, which is a product I inherited and made a number of beautiful fails. Now I believe that I fail into success. So I'm not really worried about making fails. I want to make fails fast and learn from them. A little bit of a history. Boosterberg has been started in 2017. And it's been doing well. It grew over time. When I was faced with the decision to invest more money into it, seek outside investment, or sell it, we had about $6,000 in revenue, and that basically covered our expenses. Half of it went to CEO, the other half went to production team and some tools that we had. And after a few back and forth, I've actually decided to acquire the whole product. And I was left with the CEO, the production manager, a part-time developer, a freelancer that was doing some assistance, and basically was breaking even. So in the first 6 months, I agreed with my CEO on a few things. Number one, grow the revenue. And his projection was that he can grow it by $1,000 a month. So in 3 months, we will be at $9,000. And improve the product as a whole, grow value of the product. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out. I will get to that later. So what were the fails in the first 6 months, or call it 5 months? Number one, we didn't have a clear way to track our success. And as you know, what you cannot track, you cannot improve. And that's exactly what has happened. Because I didn't have a single solution where I can see the whole conversion funnel from the entry, from the sources they came in, from the trial signups to actual startups or paid subscriptions. I couldn't quite optimize anything. I couldn't optimize our sales funnel. I couldn't optimize, or we, the team, could not optimize the messaging. We didn't even know who our customers were. And those were actually all the other fails. Now, you learn from the fails. So actually, 5 months down the line, when we were not getting anywhere, my #1 goal was to actually solidify all our tracking into one. Google Analytics was the tool, and we started measuring it all the way from the first engagement. We learned where people are coming from, how they're engaging on the site, who is starting trials, and then ultimately who is making purchases. And that is moving our needle. I have real stats that I can build upon. The second fail was not understanding the customer, really. We knew that we have 70 customers, but we didn't know that only 30% of them, which were agencies, generated 70% of our revenue. And we really focused on these two groups and didn't focus on anybody. And that was a big fail. We were irrelevant to all of our users by trying to be relevant to all of our users. Agencies is one. Brands, small brands, was another one. For the brands, the tool was too complicated. For the agencies, the tool was too limiting. And we had to make a decision. So again, 5 months or 6 months down the line, actually this was a little bit longer, about 7 months out, I decided that our primary focus are going to be the agencies. And that's where we're at. We're focusing on agencies and going super deep, which was another fail. Our sales funnel was flawed. We didn't really understand the customer, so we didn't really understand the journey. So when we did our sales and marketing, we decided to go broad and narrow, and that didn't go anywhere. Didn't produce the numbers. It was a horrible fail. It was too early, too fat, too much. We just spent a bunch of money and didn't get anything out of it. So I thought I learned, and I went more narrow. I narrowed down the audience, and I still failed because my problem was I was still not really connecting with the right audience. I was advertising to them, and they were going through the funnel-ish, going each through the funnel, but not really converting. It was until the third time around that I've learned that the customer is not just a fly-by-wonder. It is a person who has real needs, needs to understand what they're looking at really in depth. And so what we started doing is we cut out all our social and search advertising and switched to LinkedIn and actually started using the Sales Navigator and started communicating with our customers. For the first time, we had real connections, and that started to move the needle. The last thing that was a fail was the messaging itself. Because I didn't understand the customers, because I didn't have the tracking in place, our messaging was, and still is, washed out. When a customer comes in, the right customer, when they come in, they have a hard time understanding what it is that they're actually looking at. So we're in the process of rebuilding that. Today's customer and today's products need to be right on. The customer will not stick around. The potential customer will not stick around. They will go in 5 seconds, they need to understand the product, and then get all the answers before they sign up. And we're unfortunately not doing that. It's still an existing fail. However, all these fails have narrowed me down to ultimately what I believe is going to succeed. And I already see the light in the end of the tunnel. Last 2 months have been the biggest grossing months that we've had, and we're quite on the way of improving the product as well as improving our sales funnel. Still, we have some fails. Our operations. I took over, not as a founder, but now as a CEO. I let the CEO go, which helped the financial situation, which helped me to bring in more people to actually sell and build the product. But I was too optimistic. I already thought we failed in everything, and I went too fast. And I've actually realized that we don't have the infrastructure to go and sell in scale. I tried to scale the LinkedIn and didn't work. I tried to go back to ads where we already failed and tried to start them up again. And that was a fail. I didn't take my time to really question the past team and the existing team to see what has worked and what has not worked. And I repeated some of the problems, and it actually cost me big. So that, watch out for that. Don't repeat errors. And there was one more fail, which I've done, which goes along with moving too fast and not having a right infrastructure. So the other fail that I had was that by moving too fast and not having a right infrastructure, I started doing mistakes. One which is a perfect example of a fail that turned out to be actually a successful. That was turning out to be like really bad, turned out into be actually a successful fail, was that I ran a Cyber Monday special, but instead of running it for only the new customers or potential customers, I ran it for everybody. And the only 2 responses that I had was from the existing customers, where they were saying, hey, I'm paying this much money, but now you're giving away this sale. I want that, right? And I had almost a heart attack because one of those customers was our biggest customer, and I had to get on a call with them and explain to them why they cannot get it. However, when I was on the call, I realized that they really love the product. They're actually utilizing it fully in their system, in their process, in their agency, and they're loving it. And the money was not the problem. The features were. So I've actually turned the fail into a success by connecting and actually understanding the customer a little bit better. And now we're working on a solution. Actually, we've implemented a solution that has helped them again to be stronger and sell more. And they've grown with us again, which was absolutely awesome. So the point, and thanks for listening with me so long, is of this episode and this series altogether is don't be afraid to fail. Fail fast, get up and try again. The one thing you have to watch out for is not failing so much that you don't have money or resources to continue. It's very important to have a well-funded product or company so that you don't burn out. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Failing into success is how I grow. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and of course comment. I would love to see some comments on how you like this first episode. That's it. Peace.